In the heart of central Namibia lies a sanctuary for big cats. A place where cheetahs, orphaned or trapped by farmers protecting livestock, can be restored to health and released back into the wild. Former British wildlife cameraman Dave Houghton and his partner Carla Conradi care for nearly 100 cheetahs around the clock. Acting as parents,
Twiggy, no, that's not nice.
social workers,
Emma, nice, be nice.
and even bodyguards to their feline family.
Hey, behind you, Tongs, look behind you. 1, 2.
Dave and Carla have selected one group to take part in Namibia's biggest ever cheetah release project.
They've got a lot of learning to do, and hopefully they're going to get it right.
We're following their journey as they fight for survival in the wilds of Namibia. It's winter, and in central Namibia, the inhabitants of the Okanjima Wildlife Reserve have woken to freezing temperatures. In a holding enclosure at the Africat Foundation, 5-year-old female cheetah Tongs has grown a thick winter coat to withstand the cold. She's waiting for breakfast, unaware that her life is about to change dramatically.
Come, kitties! Come, kitties!
In the warmer weather 3 months ago, Tongs was one of the first cheetahs chosen to enter a 40,000-acre site designed to prepare her for life in the wild. But at the last moment, she was held back when the veterinary team spotted a problem with her teeth.
This tooth here, if you have a look at it, will open tooth root. You know, see the black piece there. So she will have to have a quick look at the dentist on that top left canine.
Without treatment, Tongs' teeth are at risk of infection, so it's vital the work is carried out before she's released onto the reserve. This morning, Dr. Gerard Steenkamp has flown in from South Africa to carry out the work. While he prepares for surgery, Africat's rescue and release officer, Dave Houghton, needs to dart Tongs and bring her in.
It's too cold even to whistle. There's Tongsy. Tongsy Wongsy. You ready for this, baby?
But Tongs is a slippery customer, and Dave needs to take every precaution. Even though she's still in captivity, Tongs wears a trackable radio collar, and for good reason.
She's definitely a bit of a cheeky cheetah, and she's already proved to us that she can hunt, because, you know, the reason that she had a collar on long before everybody else was because she kept escaping, and she caught a young Klemsbok and a few other things while she was out, so I don't think she's going to be a problem at all. She's going to go get straight back into it, I'm sure.
Come here, you.
Need to open the hatch and make looking busy there.
The plan is simple. While Director of Welfare Carla Conradi uses food to lure Tongs into position, Dave will line up his shot. It's a hit, and while Dave and Carla wait for the drugs to take effect, they have a few moments to savor the onset of another Namibian winter.
Down but not out.
God, I'm surprised in this cold.
It's warmer in here. You must come inside. I have to tell you, the first time I came to Africa, I didn't pack any warm clothes, and I came at this time to Botswana, and I froze. No one told me it got cold in the winter.
You always get caught by surprise. It's just like one morning it's freezing.
Though Namibia is famous for its sunshine, in the winter months from June to August, nighttime temperatures can drop to -5. Back at the enclosure, Tongs has succumbed to the anesthetic.
Tongsy. Tongsy.
And Dave and Carla can transfer her to the clinic, where the team have also been making provision for the extreme conditions.
It is rather chilly, and we may be working with her for quite a while. So what we need to do is make sure that she keeps warm. And we've got these warm blankets that we put on them and just try and maintain their body temperature.
One of Tong's upper canine teeth has worn down, exposing a cavity.
Can I have more fluid, please?
Without surgery, the tooth would eventually become infected, and if left untreated, it could be life-threatening.
Dental disease, I think it's something that most humans can relate to, because anybody that has had pain before due to toothache will know it's something that can virtually drive you to murder, because it is just so painful and it never goes away. Just like your normal dog and cat at home, if they have dental disease, it is painful and it needs treatment. So what I've done now is to spin in the calcium hydroxide cement, and now we're going through a process of filling it.
Cheetah's canine teeth are fairly short compared to other big cats. Unlike lions or leopards, who use them to sever their prey's spinal cord, cheetahs use them simply to keep their prey in a stranglehold. Without them, Tongs would struggle to complete a kill.
I'd love the staff to tell me very soon when she's actually done a successful kill, because in some very small way I'll feel that I have contributed to the success of that.
After an hour's surgery, it's all over.
Tongs is ready for the outdoors.
When she wakes up, Tongs will be moved to a small holding enclosure next to the release site, and in just a few days, she'll be reunited with her former companions. Her brother, Hammer, and the rest of the first release group have already established themselves in the reserve. Whether they'll now accept Tongs remains to be seen. Meanwhile, back at base, one of the Foundation's more recent arrivals is beginning to find his feet after a shaky start. When cheetah cub Quattro was rescued by the team after being hit by a car, he had to undergo major surgery and then endure weeks confined to a small crate.
He's looking at the door.
As he recovered, it became clear his ordeal had left him nervous of the outside world and in desperate need of companionship.
He's calling, so we think he was with other cheetahs, other siblings, which he's calling for.
Shame. He's really lonely.
After lots of gentle encouragement from Dave and Carla, Quattro has conquered his fears and is now coming on in leaps and bounds. His leg is all but healed, and Carla couldn't be happier with his progress.
I think Quattro's recuperation has been absolutely amazing. There's a slight limp, but nothing from what it used to be when he first started even putting weight on it. He's come along amazingly well, and I think there's every hope that he's going to go back into the wild. And in a couple of months, you probably won't even notice that he's ever broken it.
Before Quattro can return to the wild, he has one more challenge to face. Male cheetahs often live and hunt in small groups or coalitions, and Carla thinks Quattro will benefit from joining forces with other cheetahs.
We've moved into a bigger enclosure, so he's got more space here to exercise in, and also we've got him here for another reason. We're introducing him to Spitfire and Hurricane.
Spitfire and Hurricane arrived 3 months ago as orphans after their mother had been shot, and Spitfire was named after his fiery temperament. The three cheetahs have spent the last few days getting acquainted from separate sides of the fence.
He's taken to Spitfire and Hurricane really well and is making all sorts of cozy noises and really wants to be their friend.
Coalitions are more successful than solitary cheetahs when hunting, and Quattro will need all the help he can get when he goes back into the wild. There's just one problem.
Unfortunately, Spitfire and Hurricane are not reciprocating as well as we'd hoped, although it might still get better. They've got each other, so they're not too keen on making the group any larger.
Spitfire lets Quattro know when he gets too close. The charging and aggressive display, warning Quattro to back off. At 6 months of age, Spitfire is still a cub. Carla is hoping that with time, he'll accept Quattro. And Quattro doesn't seem deterred by his aggressive behavior.
Quattro spends quite a lot of time in this corner of the enclosure, simply because he is looking for Spitfire and Hurricane, and they on the other side of that fence. I think he just feels that he's closer to them when he is there. And usually when he spots them, that's when he starts calling.
Once Quattro's leg is stronger and he can hold his own with Spitfire and Hurricane, Carla will move him into the same enclosure. He's clearly desperate for company, but only time will tell whether they will finally accept him.
It is a bit heartbreaking the way he tries to make friends with them, and they don't seem to be too interested at the moment. But at least he feels like he's got some company, even if the company is not being particularly nice. It's nice for him rather than to be on his own. But I think they'll come round. It's just a matter of time.